Children, are we ready to plot the points and complete our graph? We have written on x-axis current with ampere, volt and potential difference. We have written this scale, and we have taken the scale 10 small divisions 0.1 ampere and 5 small divisions 0.1 volt on x-axis, 10 small divisions on y-axis, 5 small divisions, as we earlier discussed that we are having problem to plot all the points if we are taking here also 10 small divisions. Now let me start the points, plotting the points. So first point is 0.375 and 0.70. Now see, if we pay attention, we can understand that we cannot plot 0.375. We have to round it off while we are plotting it, because the third digit we cannot plot here, whatever scale we have to take. So we have taken, so 0.375, if you round it off, since here is 5, so 7 with increment of 1 will become 8. So this will become 0.38. So actually we are going to plot 0.38 on x and 0.70 on y. So let me plot 0.38, put the scale at 0.38 and 0.70. 0.70. Here is your point. Now look at the way I encircled the point, right? Next is 0.45 and 0.80. 0.45 पर स्केल रख दो और 0.80 पर प्लॉट कर दो. Then 0.525. Here it's 5, but before that it's even. So actually rounding off में बहुत से statistician, बहुत से statistics वाले ये prefer करते हैं कि number even हो. So 0.52 will remain 0.52. and 0.95. Now one thing here you have to pay attention, that 0.95 we cannot plot according to the scale I have taken. See, we have taken 5 small divisions 0.1. So if 5 small divisions, 5 divisions is equal to 0.1, then 1 division is equal to 0.02. So actually on y-axis we are reading this is 0, then 0.02, 0.04, 0.06, 0.08, and then it is 0.1. So either we can plot 0.94 or we can plot 0.96. So here we have to plot 0.52 with 0.95, so we are going to plot 0.96. 0.52 with 0.96. Let me show you. 0.52 is plotted with 0.96. Right? Then next is 0.65 and 1.2. 0.65 and 1.2. So let me plot it also. 0.65 and 1.2. 0.65 पर स्केल रख ली और 1.2 पर प्लॉट कर दिया, पॉइंट एनसर्कल कर दिया. See the next, 0.875. Now again we have to round it off to 0.88 and here we are having 1.55. With the same logic, either we can plot 1.54 or 1.56. So as earlier also we have taken instead of 46, so here also we will take 1.56. So let me plot it. 0.88, see, 0.88, and this is 0.88, this is 1.5, 1.52, 1.54, 1.56. This point is 1.56. So now we have plotted all the points, and now the next rule, very important rule, 1 mark is allotted to this best fit line beta. So let me focus it first, and now I am going to tell you best fit line. All of you will listen to it carefully. See, if I connect one first point and the last point, then 3 points are on the line. 1 point here is towards left of the line, and the 1 point is towards right of the line. Now do you understand what is best fit line? Best fit line is either 3 out of 5 observations lie on the line, then that line will be known as best fit line, or the observation points are plotted, observation points should be in such a way that they are evenly distributed on both sides of the line and they are close to the line, so that the line is representing average of the all 5 observations, if in case the 3 out of 5 are not on the line. So here, if we take these 3 points on the line, see, let me explain you the proper concept of best fit line. If you take these 3 lines on the line, then this and this point and this point is left on the right side of the line. कब? जब ये 3 points हम लोग line पे ले लें. लेकिन अगर हम इसको और इसको लेते हैं, the last and the first, then we are having 1, 2, 3 on the line. 1 point is left on the left of the line and 1 on the right of the line, and our line is representing average of all the observations. So are you getting, even 3 points are on the line, we are having 2 options, and the option which is representing average value of all the observation, that line will be considered as best fit line. So this is best fit line. Now just look at the way we have to draw the graph. Children used to draw it till the last point and they leave it here only. No, you have to draw, you have to extend the line on the upper side also and on the lower side also. And remember, your line should not be thick. It should be very fine line. Here, to explain you, I used to draw the line twice, and that is why it became thick, but you are not supposed to draw thick line. Your 1 mark will be deducted for the thick line. So here 1 is on the left side and it is very close to line, and 1 is on the right side very close to line, and 3 are almost on the line. This is best fit line. Now see, if VI graph is a straight line, that means V is directly proportional to I and the Ohm's law is verified with the shape of the graph. But we have to find the slope, and the rule for slope is you do not have to get to choose any point which is observation point to calculate your slope. Because to calculate your slope you need 2 points, random points, and from those 2 points you have to draw perpendicular on x-axis and on y-axis, so that you can have y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So the 2 points should not be any point of the observation, and the 2 points should be at large distance from each other. So I'll take any 2 points which are easy to read from the graph, and they are at a large distance also. So the first point, I think I should have this one. See, this one. I am going to drop perpendicular on x-axis and on y-axis. Like this. And then I'll go to another point at the upper end of the line, and I think I should use this point. See, this point, and I'll drop perpendicular on x-axis and on y-axis. Now see, and those 2 points which you are using for slope calculation, you don't have to encircle them. Otherwise, visiting examiner may think that you have taken the observation point. So, can you see that I have taken the 2 points, and now let me mark V2 and V1. V2 is 1.6 and V1 is, see, 0.0, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6. V1 is 0.6 while V2 is directly 1.6. Similarly, let me see I2 and I1. I2 is directly 0.9 and I1 is 0.1, 0.11, 0.12, 0.13, 0.14. So let me mark it here 0.14. So I have marked here, this is Y1 is not 0.3, it is 0.6, it is 0.3, and that too we can read directly. This is Y1 or V1 is 0.3. Can you see it? So 0.3 and 0.14. While here it is 0.6 and 0.9. So just have a look. I am focusing on the graph. Have a look what thing we need to mention on the graph. See the scale on the y-axis, on the x-axis. Then see the best fit line. And how we have to extend the line on both sides of the observation points. And then how we have to select the 2 points randomly, not from the observation points, to calculate slope. And now we are ready to calculate slope. So let me start with our calculation part. So here is a time to write the values for the slope. Slope of VI graph is, V2 minus V1, and we have V2 as 1.6 and V1 as 0.3. 1.6 minus 0.3. Then I2 minus I1. I2 we have here as 0.9 and I1 0.14. So let me calculate it. So here it is 1.6 minus 0.3 upon 0.9 minus 0.14, and we are having 1.3 upon 0.76, which is 1.71. So now our calculation is complete. The result which we had from our observations, that is 1.81, and result which we are having from our graph, that is 1.71, and this difference remains there because there are systematic and random errors which occur during we take the observations. So now let me see how we have to write the result. We have to write that under the permissible error range, and permissible error is that 10% error is allowed, V upon I ratio remains constant. V upon I ratio remains constant means V is directly proportional to current I through the graph that we have seen. So Ohm's law is verified. And if we see the ratio, the values, then the values are close to each other. So we can take that under the permissible error range, V upon I ratio is constant, hence the Ohm's law is verified. Then this is the first conclusion, and then we will write resistance of 50 centimeter wire. The wire which we were having as R, it was of length 50 centimeter. So its length is 50 centimeter and its value is 1.81 according to table, according to observations, and its value is 1.71 ohm according to graph. And the graph is better method to find the average. Clear beta? So now this is, we calculated resistance, and now I'll show you how we have to use a screw gauge to find a specific resistance of that wire R. And through that I want to explain you to read screw gauge. Although you have learnt it in class 9th, but I know many of you are not able to recall, so I'll explain you in the next video class how to use screw gauge. So till then, copy all the things, because this is so important and this will not be available to you anywhere. These all points which are required for full marks in practical, these are very precious points. Note them down, and fortunately this class will remain with you and you can access the class even before the exam and before coming to the lab. So work hard, dream high, कभी निराश नहीं होना है, कभी भी नहीं, लेकिन मेहनत से जी नहीं चुराना है। मेहनत से जी चुराने वाले किसी भी राष्ट्र, समाज या घर के लिए या स्कूल के लिए कभी एसेट नहीं होते। मेहनती आदमी वो पारस पत्थर है जो जिसे भी छू दे वो सोना हो जाता है। All the best, beta. Be honest and be hardworking.